It's day 7 of NaNoWriMo and I'm in the airport in Manchester on the way back to hopefully warmer Spain, and I'm absolutely shattered. It's like, I think I've been up since 3, I think now is about 6 o'clock and my gate is busy boarding, so I need to pay attention to what the fuck I'm doing right now. But yeah, so like I said, yesterday I did write a fair bit. I wrote around about 2,500 words, which isn't actually enough. So today I'm going to have to write a little bit more than the 1,600 words to get back onto track. But I'm going to do that when I finally get back to Spain and after I have slept a little bit. I did just go to WH Smith and spend a whole bunch of money on books because I had to. Anyway, I will catch in with you later. Bye! I'm back in Spain. I didn't get to vlog as much as I would have liked to the last couple of days throughout my trip to England, so I thought that I would just kind of chat about the trip a little bit, what I did. And so I'm going to start with the night on Friday, then when I arrived in Luton. I arrived and passport control was an absolute nightmare. I only got to London with my friend Joe at like midnight or something, and it was, yeah, I was knackered. But even so, Joe's sister-in-law decided that she would oh, my ears are still like half deaf from the flight, sorry. Joe's sister-in-law decided to like put this little bottle of chilled Prosecco on our bedside table because we had to share a bed, and there was like a little note next to it with some Maltesers, and the note said, "Drink me." So that was really nice. We had a bottle of Prosecco at midnight and caught up for the first time in like 3 years, so that was really special. Saturday morning I really wanted to go to Guildford, but it turned out to be way too far to go there, and I also forgot to pack in my book, The Other Woman, anyway. I really wanted to go there and take a picture of my book in Guildford because it was really special, as one of the major scenes in my previous book is written there. But that's fine, I'll just go back another time. Fly to England again and go and see Guildford. Instead, I went with one of my really good guy friends, Luke, and we went to Richmond Park, where it was kind of like a London safari because it was filled with reindeer. It was a really, really fun adventure to just explore the park. It's huge and the reindeer were beautiful. We got really close to them. I squatted behind a tree because there's no bathrooms there and I really needed to pee. Luckily there was no footage of that, thank God. Yeah, in the process of our walk we kind of got lost and my little Ugg boots got completely soaked and so did my socks. So eventually when we found our way out of the park we wound up in this really little cozy pub, and I took my boots and my socks off and we warmed up by a fireplace. Then Luke and I hopped across to the other side of London to visit Shoreditch for the BookTube event. That was where a couple of booktubers such as Jen Campbell, Lauren, Jean, Sine, and I've forgotten all her names now, I feel bad. I can't remember. Okay, but I'll leave them all down below. I went there and met them all the cool booktubers. It was such a really awesome experience to meet them. They're such like down-to-earth, happy, fun, friendly, chatty people. We spent the afternoon laughing and knocking over lampshades, and yeah, there was no cake though, which was a disappointment, but besides that it was a really fun event and I had a lot of great fun. I got Jen Campbell's book. This is her book, it's the Bookshop book, and yeah, it's a non-fiction book. I haven't heard too much about it, to be dead honest with you, but I've heard that it's maybe all about the different types of bookshops all over the world and how they were created, why they were created, the just history behind it. I think I could be super wrong, so I'm really excited to read it. I love the colour of this book is my absolute favourite colour, so yeah, really happy. And she signed it for me, let me show you. She said, "To Jade, lots of bookish love, Jen." So super stoked. Thank you very much, Jen. It was amazing to meet you and all the rest of you. It was absolutely wonderful. While I was in the Liberia bookshop, I also got a copy of The Haunting of Hill House. No, not Haunting of Hill House, sorry. Another Shirley Jackson book, We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I just finished Holding Up the Universe, which I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, and this book was mentioned in it, so I was quite intrigued, and it's really little, so I just had to get it. Holding Up the Universe I finished by Jennifer Niven, and I gave that, I think I gave it a 3.5 star review, which is really sad because I gave All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven 5 stars because it was absolutely brilliant. Ooh, hold on. I've got the water on to boil for eggs, and I've just realised it's still like fucking on. Hold on. I'll do you later. Sorry. So yeah, Holding Up the Universe it's really good. It's Jennifer Niven. I absolutely love her work, but it's not as good as All the Right Places. To me, there just wasn't that ginormous wow factor, but it is good. It's about this girl called Libby who was once America's fattest teen, and she had to get lifted out of her house by a crane because she couldn't get out, and yeah, she kind of hides away for a couple of years, and one day she decides it's time to go back to school. There's this boy called Jack who, back when she got lifted out of her house, watched her and was kind of like her neighbour, and not kind of, was her neighbour, sorry, and they meet, and he decides not to tell her who he is. He also has a condition, I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong, so I'm not even going to attempt to say it, but it's a condition where you have face blindness, so basically you never remember people's faces, what they look like, even your parents. It's a real struggle, and it's a real thing, and it was really interesting. I'd never heard of it before this book. So he's living with this condition, and the two of them sort of form this friendship and relationship, and it's really beautiful because Jack, not just because of his condition, he sees Libby for who she really is and her personality, not her weight and her size. And it's just really beautiful, and it just has a strong message of telling us all that all of us are wanted and loved and needed by someone. So I really did enjoy it. It just wasn't as good as All the Bright Places for me. Then on Sunday I caught the megabus to Manchester, and that took a whole massive slice out of my time in England, which was a real pity, but I couldn't afford the train, being unemployed and all. So yeah, the megabus actually filled me with inspiration, so it wasn't all bad. I wrote for NaNoWriMo almost 2 days worth of writing because I couldn't stop. Every time I tried to close my eyes I was like, well, inspired. So yeah, the writing was really good there. Unfortunately, my time in Manchester was really short as well, but it was really good to see my family, and I'd love to go back soon. While I was in Manchester, I did sneak into WH Smith and Scribbler, and from Scribbler I bought a little notebook because my notebook is almost finished with all my scribbles, and I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. It looks like it's fuck this shit o'clock, and I just think it's brilliant. It's not very thick, but I couldn't resist it. And then from WH Smith I got 2 of Zoella's 2016 book club books because I had some pounds to splurge with. And the first one I got is Lying About Last Summer. As always, I don't go into books knowing too much about them, but I believe this is about a girl called Sky whose sister dies, but then one day she starts receiving anonymous texts from, well, not anonymous, she starts receiving texts from someone saying that it's her sister. So it sounds creepy, and it's recommended by Zoella. Then I got Frozen Charlotte by Alex Bell. As you can tell, both of these books are thrillers as far as I'm aware, and that's because my NaNoWriMo book is a thriller. I thought that it would be really good to just stick onto my thriller mindset. God knows. I'm just like rambling in this video. I'm sorry, I'm trying to like squeeze everything I have to tell you in. There's a warning on the back of this book that says, warning, not for young readers. So I'm quite excited, and I mean the cover is super like creepy, and it says, "We're waiting for you to come and play." Again, I don't know anything, so I'll read the back. Dunvegan School for Girls has been closed for many years. Converted into a family home, the teachers and students are long gone, but they left something behind. Sophie arrives at the old schoolhouse to spend the summer with her cousins. Brooding Cameron with her scarred hand, strange Lilia's with her fear of bones, and Piper, who seems just a bit too good to be true. And then there's her other cousin, the girl with a room full of antique dolls, the girl that shouldn't be there, the girl that died. So this sounds really good. I'm quite excited to pick this one up, to be honest. So that's what I bought. I did do a bit of a book haul, and I've actually done a lot of book hauling lately, which I shouldn't be doing, being unemployed and having no money, but I can't help myself. I've got a problem. So if you are interested in watching what else I did get while I was away, please let me know, and I will do a video sharing quite a large sum of books with you, and you can tell me if you read any of them or whatever. So let me know. Yeah, and then on Saturday the 5th of November it was my 1-year anniversary on BookTube, so that was really special because I watched fireworks and it was quite celebratory and fun. And yeah, like on the 5th of November, my 1-year anniversary on BookTube, I actually went to a BookTube event, so I think it was quite a special day, to be honest with you. That was fun. And yeah, lastly, my book is going really well. I'm super happy with my writing. I think I'm writing really well. I'm really inspired. It's pouring out of me. And yesterday I actually did something a little bit different. I mentioned it in my previous video already, but I started writing a scene that comes later in my book. I know that I think other people can do this as well. I mean, so I'm not writing it just like, okay, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I wrote chapter 1 to 4, and now I've kind of added in a chapter that's going to come in later in the story, but I just think that art should be in there, so I was inspired on Megabus. So yeah, that happened. I don't know if that's allowed, but I did it. Thank bloody God for coffee. Ow, it's hot. I'm about to start writing for the day, so I'll let you know how it goes. Hey guys, my word target for the day was 2,777 words to get back on track, and I actually wrote 2,930 something, I think. That brings my word count to 14,361 words. So I am back on track with my writing goal, and that's it for the day. I have an interview tomorrow morning, which I'm quite excited about. I might have work for 2 weeks at the end of November, which is really cool, so it's a good day and it's good to be back in Spain. I'll catch in with you guys tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, my novel is getting really freaking intense. So scary. Now basically my main character is a very unlikable main character, as I've mentioned, and she's only got one female friend who she goes to for advice when she figures out that her husband's going to try and kill her. And they kind of agreed that they would go back to the main character's house, and Liz would show her friend the evidence of her husband's internet search and all that, so that they could try and figure out what to do, if they should go to the police, or, you know, try and figure out a plan of how she can save her own life. And so she's waiting for her friend to arrive later that night, and she doesn't come, and I think I'm going to kind of make it like the husband kind of figures it out, that the friend is going to help, and he murders her. So that's going to happen. So yeah, really stoked, happy, feeling very creative and inspired. Let me know how you guys are doing down below, and I will catch in with you, or check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye!